So my only contention or intention is to simplify life. So tangibly, I have perceived something. Even now, I have no doubts about my understanding. And if I say that, you also accept with me without much consideration and deliberation. That is, life is all about simplification. The phone which you are using being simplified over the period of years, including your specs, the costume.
Right.
Every day it is getting simplified. Initially, it was created with broad understanding. Once human got a grip about it, have a complete understanding about it, he decided to simplify intentionally, and he is working on simplification.
Right.
Now, nobody say that this is the final design. So the final design not arrived yet. It is going to come. Even after 1,000 years, there will be a mobile which is super advanced version. Maybe in the future generation, our friends can hold and talk same nonsense but using smartphone. Man does not change. Technology changes. Only few people's understanding creating this kind of simplification. Rest of the humanity stood where they were stood 1,000 years ago. There is no change in humanity. Only few people evolving as a person, as minds, as understandings. They are looking at life in totally different perspective. Because of them, we are enjoying all these luxuries. Your life is okay right now because of this multitude of simplifications. The phone you use, the car you use, the AC, everything complementing to your peace. So this is my direct, authentic self-realization. Then I realized everything is simplified except me. Now I have simplified myself also to great extent. I am smarter than the iPhone smartphone. Because iPhone smartphone should be simplified somebody else. There is an outside agency and at least 100 minds should sit together in order to make a smartphone better. Me, there is nobody, no outside agency involved. No outsider involved. I am alone involved within. Hence, change can take place right now. I can simplify my understanding right now. The moment you start depending upon a method, simplification process takes a little time. Because you are dependent upon something else, right?
True.
It is not easy and it is not possible. Sometimes it is impossible. Sometimes it is a momentous task to look and accept your own self as you are. You need somebody's, blessing or confirmation or consolation or certification. All this is taking place. I have seen it clearly. No offense. I am not saying all people are doing wrong. I don't know why they are making their lives complicated. Yet they are holding a simplified version of the phone. Even phone wants to see a simplified man. Isn't it?
Right.
So, my life understanding is beyond books. I don't even care what Krishnamurti or Osho say.
Then to simplify life, like suppose someone is complicated
Yeah,
and he have to simplify. Then,
he has to.
Then if you just observe life, like is that the way to just observe?
First of all, how you observe? Define it.
Using, I think, thoughts in mind,
Understand.
feelings.
But how you perceive is totally different person to person. For example, I am observing that lady. You are also observing. I have perceived something and you have perceived something. These two perceptions fight now.
Right.
I may say aunt and you may say mother. So, two perceptions, she did not utter a word. But already we have come to a conclusion. So, this is fake observation.
And similarly, if you observe ourselves also, it will be
Same. So, that's why all the great masters have said unequivocally that you have to observe without any prejudice. In order to understand without any prejudice, you have to understand prejudice first. So, you should have the courage to accept the prejudice in you. Because if any other person says, your ego gets offended. At least you should have this courage. Prejudice means you have seen all your life in black and white. Now you are ready to accept mistakes as mistakes, goods are goods, bads. You are not going to cover it up. For example, you are walking and you limp a little, or your eye twitch a little. You are not here to cover it up with cooling glasses now. First time you have removed cooling glasses and you presented yourself as you are. You are out of prejudice. Someone said, your eye is bad. No, absolutely no. This is what my eye is all about. It is up to you whether it looks bad or great or wonderful. It is your headache. I have accepted my eye as it is. This is the beginning of true observation. If you have any stigma, impossible to observe. So, with prejudice, with half-heartedness, if you observe, that is observation. If you have accepted your prejudice and you are not going to cover it up, then it is witness.
And how to evaluate that whether we still have some biases or we are like
Accept.
we are observing the
For example, someone said you are stupid and you got offended. Accept that offense taking place in you. Don't fight with it. Don't clear it up. First, accept it. So, I'll give you a simple example. There is a stain on your t-shirt. Someone does that. So, initially you were angry that this is 1,000 rupees t-shirt. How dare you do that? But first time, you are only reporting there is a stain and I got offended. Now I see it is stupidity. I have wasted half an hour time arguing about this stain. Now neither removing it nor I made that stain. So I'm accepting the stain as it is. Then suddenly your senses became calmer. You see that. The moment you accept whatsoever is, and the door is open, you are not going to retain it as it is also. Now you are going to clean the stain without any anger on anybody. What are your possibilities? Utilizing it and trying to clear it up. Neither you are claiming that I have done a great job, neither you are blaming somebody else. You only said, there was a stain, I spent some time, now it's gone. And you are, before the stain, while stain took place, while cleaning it up, while it got disappeared, your mind is just the same. Because everywhere you are accepting. Yes, it is going acceptance. It gone completely acceptance. Still 10% of stain is there accepting. And you have realized it is going to be there at least 5%. Then there is peace. So Krishnamurti said one thing but none understood. He said, if there is at all enlightenment or choiceless awareness or any other word you use, all these meditators use in general, it will reflect in every action of yours. It is not just one hour phenomena that meditate and I look like a saint and after that everything is shit. No.
Right.
If you are saint, each of your word and action is saintly. End of the story. But I understood your question. Since you have asked, it appears to be difficult. If you start doing, it is the most easiest thing, actually.
And how to decide what to do to earn? Like there are so many things which can attract one individual.
Understand. So, first declare before all this inquiry into life, what is life according to you? How you define your life, not life. So, in general, life, by definition, no purpose. There are thousands of deep galaxies up there. Recently, someone sent a web bioscope, telescope. They have seen thousands of huge galaxies, magnitude of galaxies, but no purpose. Why they are there in the first place? We are just living on a tiny planet called Earth. And see, we are living in a city, in the city, in the street, in the street, in the house on a bed, and the person is crying. What exactly you want, how you define your life? First pay attention to that question. Rest is bullshit. Maybe divine bullshit. First you come to this conclusion. Satisfaction you want? Or do you want money? Or do you want name and fame? Figure it out. These three questions are fundamental to anybody. There are people, they want only appreciation, awards. They crave, they die for them. Rest, if they come, they accept. Money thoda idhar udhar ho gaya, fir bhi they accept. But appreciation mein kam nahi hona chahiye. That is the attitude of few people. I know few people personally. Second, people, they only live for satisfaction. For example, a sannyasi. What? I just want to be happy. So for that, he left everything. He left the job, he left mother and father. So that's how he decided to, live. And if that satisfaction gets disturbed, he is disturbed. The sanctity should be maintained by everyone. For example, the Guruji is sitting on a peetam, and his satisfaction is linked with this peetam, and someone spat on the peetam. Kya kare? So he will be sent out of the ashram. If he is really out of all this jargon, then he simply cleans it up and sits again. So that's very rarely that kind of thing take place. The third is money. So out of 180% work for money, 10% work for satisfaction. Very 10% work for, they only need appreciation. All artists fall under this category. All business people fall under the category of money. All saints and all these social service NGOs, they want satisfaction.
What about you?
I don't seek anything. So I am the fourth category. Because I have gone through all these three categories. There were times I was only working for money. Suddenly I shifted, I was only working for satisfaction. I have seen the heights of it. Then I have realized my satisfaction is not alone. It is linked with many other things. It's like everyone is silent, hence I am enjoying my silence. What kind of conditional silence is this? Now you do whatever you want, I am silent. So my this movement is not conditional. At the same time, I have proper relationship with everyone. I argue, I fight, I scream, but my silence never got disconnected. It's there. So I worked for money, I worked for satisfaction, then I worked for name and fame. Then I have realized, because I was sincere in all my efforts, I was not fooling myself, I was actually looking into life. Then I have realized there are many categories between these three.
Exactly.
Because until and unless you work, you don't encounter those categories, like 4 dimensions, 4 sides, north, east, west. Then there is another dimension between north and east, right? East and south, another dimension. Again 8. But if you draw lines, there are 360 degrees. If you continue draw line, it just becomes a full circle.
Right.
Then I have realized sometimes I need money, but some places I am expecting satisfaction, but some places I want this.
Exactly.
Then it got very complicated. So whatsoever I am trying to divide and analyze and experiment, all have one central fulcrum which I am unable to, decipher. What is it? What is it? What is it? I banged my head. I asked many people. I read books. I realized nobody knows nothing. They are making up stories. They are speaking beautifully, but I have not seen in their life. I did not find a man, because I don't know Krishnamurti. I have never met personally. Ramana Maharshi is gone somewhere. And Osho also gone. And all these great masters, and these days everyone is following Osho and building ashrams. So I never liked this fake, devotion. That is my perception. I am not blaming them. So all the best to them. So I can't be in that league. What exactly? And then, so within 2 minutes I'll conclude. The conclusion is this. there are many revelations after revelations, simple revelations. The first time I have seen so clearly one day that life should be seen and perceived in two ways. One is worldly and second is natural. Nature. So Risa, in nature, a nobody. Risa, in the world, a sand artist, a painter. Risa, in nature, he doesn't need money, he needs food. He needs sex. He needs sleep. And he is a happy guy. Risa, in the nature, no discrimination. But Risa, in the world, sometimes I too discriminate. Sometimes I too compare. Now, these two aspects not fighting. Now I am speaking standing in the middle of nature. This is natural conversation. If I speak the same context in the world context, everything changes. Just shake hand is enough to know whether you are in the world or in the nature. There is a sense of expectation within. Your shake hand will have different kind of quality altogether. If there is no expectation at all, it is just a shake hand. You are just shaking the existence. That's all. No strings attached. You held it, yet you are not holding it. You hugged somebody, but you are free. But in the world, you are little far, but you are hugging. So these all things blasted in my mind. In other words, for some period of time, I was gone mad.
When?
I don't even remember, between 2008, 9, 10, 11. So till 14, I was little volatile. IRND. I was trying to settle my mind, and it got it. I have realized that I have understood everything psychologically. The experience is authentic, but my body is not ready. So this is also not from the books. I am speaking from my reality. So after 2014 to 2019, my body got settled. Now my body and mind functions as one. Whatsoever I do, naturally it happens, in a harmony. I am not imposing any conditioning or philosophy or principle. This is how life should be. No. Life is taking place, that's all. I am speaking my heart. End of the story. I am not making up anything. I am not trying to convince anybody. I am not even, adding colors or values to the experience. I am saying, when you are in the beginning, you are nobody, but you don't know that. When you are in halfway, you are somebody. You want to change the world. You want to prove a point. On the verge of that experience, suddenly you became saint. And you start changing the world in your own way. But that is not the end of the story. Many people stop there. Many people stop, their understanding stops at people. I have arrived, now I have to lift somebody up. Even that happened in my life also. Suddenly I felt I should start an NGO or organization. It's time to help people. Then I felt this is also not the ultimate stage. Then I continued. Suddenly a strange phenomena took place. I became normal again. Even social service disappeared. Now I have no sense of service in me. So when I was born, exactly with this mind. Excellent playfulness, never-ending happiness, no I, but lot of work, lot of play. Whatsoever I was doing as a kid, very seriously. Even if you just digging something, you are into it completely. Exactly the same thing manifested. I don't even know whether it is enlightenment or enlightenment or enlightenment. It is all rest. It doesn't matter. Who cares about the titles? So, climax, you become nobody, but pre-climax, you become Sadguru, you become Rishi, you become all that. Even that stage should be crossed. But that is so subtle and that is so enchanting, that place, that it is impossible to come out of that stage. It is so enchanting, it will invite you to be there.
Should one actually try to keep this is the goal and I should work towards it?
Your goal is not in the hand. Goal is two-dimensional. Only associated with you and nature, that goal functions, and it gets materialized. But the goal with the world and the people, it is not your goal anymore. For example, I want to plant 100 trees. Today the goal will be finished. Just pluck 100 grass blades and just backyard you can plant it. But the moment you start thinking to show off to this world, you have to do an event. Then the first plant will be planted by Prime Minister. Okay, Anna? You are not interested in the planting at all. You are interested in something else, and this is, that, what it called? That is the face of the whole event. But you are hiding it. That is hypocrisy. If you want to plant, so when you are associated your entire work and life with nature, it manifests. The moment you just shift the same understanding to the world, it won't happen. Then you have to work hard, strategy is important, PPTs are important, celebrities are important. In the nature, though celebrity, everyone is a nobody. You have no identity here. But in the world, hierarchy is there. Big guru, small guru, recent guru, senior disciple, junior disciple. Big ashram, small, all this applies to corporates have huge buildings and meditation ashrams also. I am not against development. I seek development. This world needs development. But don't associate this word meditation to that, all these things. Meditation is purely natural phenomena. You trying to establish a connection with nature, and that got established because harmony is established. End of the story. Meditation in terms of the world is pure business, and I am against it. By all means, I am against it. I don't mind begging. No problem. It's okay. Since there is no identity, even if someone blames, I don't take it. Because, for example, the last example, I am giving you a box. And I am giving you, there is a diamond in it. How do you know?
I'll search for some examination or some evaluation of that.
I am saying, don't open it.
Don't.
Do you trust me or not? That's the question.
If I'll be trusting you, then I'll be like, okay.
Yeah. So you don't even open it if you really trust, because there is a diamond in it. He said it and it will be there. So nature's connection is like that. The moment the relationship between nature and you gets established, you become the nature. And you don't need somebody else's confirmation. You don't need a proper dress. You don't need a kind of apparel to prove a point. You can be any dress, because you did not get stuck in all these things. But in the world, they are required. I know. I am not saying, first time this clarity came. All these people doing a good thing. They are not rascals. They are also doing social service. They are feeding many people. I like it. But meditation, no.
Why?
Meditation has nothing to do with all these things. It is an independent phenomena. It is an independent inquiry to establish harmony with nature. That is meditation. World has no place in meditation. World has no place in sleep. World has no place in orgasm. World has no place in hunger. World has no place in peace and bliss. World has no place in stability. World has no place in tranquility. World has no place at all. All these things functions in a totally different dimension. If you have attained tranquility because of world, then it is going to go.
No, but why have you given a special place to meditation and not?
It is not a special place. In the ashram, it is given special place. That's what I am trying to convey. Maybe my English is bad, so I got miscommunicated. But what I am trying to say, Hindi worst. So, meditation has nothing to do with method. First, that's what Krishnamurti said.
What is meditation?
Already I told you. The harmony between you and the existence.
Okay.
That is meditation. And for example, now we both are discussing the harmony which exists between us is meditativeness. And I am gone now. You are alone now. But you have spectacle. The harmony between your nose and speck also it creates meditativeness. Because if there is any problem, you can't sit properly. Even a strand of hair is enough to disturb you. So that's why dress has certain importance. A long kurta is because it won't disturb you. So everything contributes to your meditativeness. Samjho you are naked. There is nothing to disturb. Then the harmony between body-mind complex and the earth you are sitting upon is meditation. That actually contributes. That is meditation. Like you are always focusing on harmony. Sometimes harmony between a community, sometimes harmony between group, sometimes harmony between two, sometimes harmony between you and your object, sometimes harmony between you and within, sometimes harmony established, body disappeared. Harmony means the disappearance of everything.
Okay.
The true meaning of harmony is that. Unconditional unification is harmony. Harmony by imposition is not harmony. That is something else. Maybe that is marriage.
Okay.
So no other person can help you. It appears to be, but no.
But should not we seek
You should
company
seek.
of the people who we feel that they are enlightened?
Of course you should seek.
But they won't help.
How do you know that whatsoever, for example, I am saying all these things, how do you know that whether it is right or wrong? Finally, the ball is in your court only. That's what I am saying. Again, finally, you have to deal with your own stuff. So I am saying, for example, your mind is a bag, imagine. You are going to many people and they are throwing many objects. Now you have to deal with all those things. I am saying, don't go with bag. Just sit there. Even if they take, no, keep it with you, I want to watch. Then your bag is empty. And you have seen them, their words and their lives. If you see synchronicity, then that is your man. He can say. But if it's whatsoever he is speaking, greatly, but his actions are not good. Sometimes we may misunderstand because we have a certain understanding about peace. And all saints are peaceful. Suddenly you go to somebody and you stupid guy, he is not a peaceful guy. I have seen him scolding somebody. So that is your misunderstanding. You have carried some dharana or concept. So it is very complex thing because we are trying to figure out where amoeba is.
Where?
Amoeba is the smallest insect. No one can see. No one can see. And I have seen, I am trying to figure it is here only, but you can't see. Then he start teaching like this. This is here only, but your eyes are not good. So that is how spirituality begins. Here now. Peace is here now. Enlightenment is here now. Sleep is here now. If you just lie down, sleep is there. But what if you linked sleep with pillow. Gone. So all your association with negativity, concepts, prejudice, unlearning. When you unlearn everything, mind becomes naked. But it is so subtle in a way, if we understand in the right way, without much hesitation or anxiety. You have to give proper time. Do all your stuff, worldly stuff. But keep on observing it, people. What they are saying, what they are doing. What is the outcome? What they are saying, what they are doing, what is the outcome? And people are preaching, a person preaching about happiness, whether he is happy or not. You see. Don't come to any conclusion. Keep on looking. Don't make up your mind. Open the door. This kind of observation helps. So give long period of time in a relaxed manner. Then suddenly a kind of understanding takes place. Because you are not making up your mind, you are not coming to any quick logical conclusions. You are giving time to the mind to get settled. And you are not judging anybody. You are only reporting. I have seen this. He said that. He did this. And I have seen him. Initially it was okay. Few months later he changed his gears. Now this is what I understood. I am not saying it's bad. This is what I have perceived. So this kind of context comes. You are not saying everything, yet you are not judging anybody. Neither you are accepting anything or rejecting. You are only reporting what is happening. Means dealing with truth. Slowly, you see, mind is getting settled. Slowly you see, you are meeting the right people, because you have got certain understanding about human mind and its functionality. You yourself will know. खुद को पता चलता है. And it will not happen all of a sudden. All of a sudden it won't happen. Why? Because it is so subtle. Physical reality all of a sudden won't happen because it is so gross. Like six-pack, it won't happen all of a sudden. Six-pack in the mind happen all of a sudden. Body for body. So enlightenment to the mind, sometimes suddenly you understand. And it is so maddening, but body does not understand anything. The sadhana is, the definition of sadhana is this. You understood psychologically, you are now giving that understanding to the body. Now body also understood. Then body mind became one. The moment they both become one, suddenly the nature also joins. End of the story. But this is not philosophy. If that happens, happens. Otherwise, now it is just a thought and discussion or information, whatever. You can take it in any other way. So now whatsoever I said, from my understanding and my living, I am not saying this is the final understanding, or neither I am saying this is the right understanding. I am only saying this understanding helped me disappear as a person, live as a being.
So like should I try out things, let's suppose yoga, or let's suppose, which people say like meditation, or doing something, some process which will help you to maybe unlearn.
What do you want? First, give 6 months time, Abba. Jaldi kya hai? What exactly you want? Figure it out. Because all the money people having money also meditating. So now their focus is not on the money. We just go to any rickshaw puller. He never meditates. Bhad mein jai meditation. Now he needs money. So what exactly you want, until and unless you know exact answer for that question, inquiry doesn't take place.
But don't we want a mixture of this much this much that?
I'm saying okay, it is up to you. Okay. But finally, ball stops here, buck stops here. You may experiment yoga and all that. Finally, what do you want? Again you have to conclude. It's like, when you look at menu, you take 1 hour time or 3 days time or 1 minute time. You have to order your dish. That is the final thing. No one cares whether you gone through menu 3 hours or 5 hours. You had your dinner or not? Are you happy or not? Are you okay with your life? That is the final thing. It doesn't matter how many years you do sadhana, how many people satsang, it's all okay.
So we can try out multiple things.
Okay.
Right?
You should. Even from tomorrow onwards, again I am doing Tai Chi. I am also doing. So trying continues. So after some certain point, if he has any agenda, everything comes to a halt and he just will keep on doing that. But when you become normal again, you try out things. I am trying out million things. So we both are on the same page, at least in this matter. Say enough for now.
Not enough.
But we'll talk again.
Yeah. You have to complete this thing by tomorrow.
ఇది ఏ రాగమో తెలియదు, ఊరికే వాయించాను.